live from the AAFCS 2014 Annual Conference and Expo in St. Louis. I'm Gwen Mason with What's Your Story? Thank you for joining us. First up, we have Dr. Geraldine Hodlin, and she was our keynote speaker for the opening general session. Coming up, Dr. Hodlin. So, I'd love for you to share with our viewers some key points from your address today.
Okay. I believe that my focus is that our work as home economists or family consumer scientists is about family. And I believe the mother in a family is a key figure and one around which we build confidence and competence to grow families for growing our communities and nations. And if we as professionals take on board the things that mothers have to learn to do to master that particular activity, then we would become people of worth. I believe I'm a woman of worth. I believe all home economists are people of worth because of that emphasis we put on the growing of families. Motherhood for me is a proxy for all the people in our lives that have influenced our values. And so it's easy for me to say, I have become my mother, or I am becoming my mother as I'm growing my work in my work as a family facilitator. And being a person of worth is worth celebrating. And I don't think we celebrate that. I think we make excuses when we become worthwhile. We dodge. And I believe in raising that up and say, well, I'm here, live with it, I'm going to keep on keeping on.
Great. Thank you very much. Now, speaking of families, it's also the 20th anniversary of the International Year of the Family. Is there anything you'd like to share with our viewers about that?
Again, the IFHE was instrumental in getting the Year of the Family an event. It was a year event. But the families that we serve continue to experience difficulties. We just need to look in the newspapers. So us celebrating the 20th anniversary is not just, aha, we've arrived. It's the recognition that the work with families continue. And the IFHE's celebration, as we're putting out an e-journal to say, we continue to monitor the issues that plague families as an international federation, because we want our members to understand that as long as there are families coming and going and growing, there'll be need for our work, there'll be need for them to be enabled, and so it's not a celebration as an event. It's a continuation of the launch of that year. So that year doesn't seem to end, and it will not end until we take away the distress that plague families around the world.
That's excellent. Thank you very much, Dr. Hodlin.
Thank you, ma'am.
And now we have Margaret. Are you ready to join us?
I was just going to put some lipstick on.
Okay.
I was trying to make
well, that
noise.
is okay. This is live. We will bring Juanita Mendenhall up because she is also has something very important for family consumer sciences professionals. She's here at the conference and she'll be talking about celiac disease. And could you tell us about how you began to study that, why that's important to you?
Well, I can certainly say it's very important to me because I have it. And I had no intention of having it, but I've had it for all of my 74 years. And I only 2 years ago found out that I have it. And that's tragic for all the people in this country that have it. But when I went to the doctor, which I've done over and over and over and over again, I was always diagnosed with something else, which most celiacs are.
Okay.
And this time I had something that didn't fit any other profile, so they nailed it finally. What did I have? I had the most horrible burning blisters, but I didn't just have one blister. If I had a blister here, I had a blister here. I had a blister here, I had a blister here, I had a blister here, I had a blister here. And I thought, oh, wait a minute, that's not normal.
No.
And the minute the doctor saw that, she said, oh, we've missed it. All this time we've missed it. You have celiac. The only people who get that are celiacs.
So that was the telltale sign.
Knowing me, if I'm told I have something, I got to know all about it. So I started my research quest, and I've spent the last couple of years trying to learn enough to share with my colleagues, because I think it's really important that we know what this really is and not confuse it with what lots of people in their heads at least think is a fad.
And now, why is it important for family consumer scientist professionals to know about it?
The biggest thing is we can make a difference. There's no doubt we can make a difference. Because if we know about it and we're working with students and families and communities and even our churches and wherever else we rub elbows with other people, we can help educate them accurately so that they can help other people find it, because it truly is an epidemic. It's no joke. It is more common than high cholesterol. 1 in 100 people have it. Only a few percentage of those people know they have it. And you get everything else in the world diagnosed, and it isn't that.
Wow.
So they got to come and hear some more.
Yes, yes. Hopefully people will come and listen to your session and
I
learn
hope
all
so.
about it. Thank you very much, Juanita. And now, Margaret, would you like to come up and join us? We're so pleased to have Margaret Mahan and another, person who's related to families. Come on over. So Margaret is here today because the students have done a service project to help her organization. It's called Upworth Children and Family Services. So Margaret, could you tell us a little bit about the mission of your organization?
Absolutely. We serve children and families, and we help them really find their strengths and overcome all their obstacles and get them to a brighter future. So we serve anywhere from the day-old baby that can't go home from the hospital, that goes straight to foster care, all the way up to young adults that are in their early 20s that are learning to be self-sufficient. So we have many programs. We have 13 programs that work with these kids and families, from residential care, where we're helping these kids overcome abuse, neglect, all kinds of horrible situations, to help them know that they still can have a great life. We have a school for kids that cannot function in their regular school. So they're bused in daily, bused back out. We are going into homes that where we're working with therapists, go in and work with families to diffuse situations that would lead to family falling apart or to abuse. We're also going into schools, which is a very hot topic now, of bullying and violence. So we're working hard to do what we can in the St. Louis area to stop that. We have emergency shelter for kids that need a place to be. We have a parenting program for young moms who have no clue how to be a great mother. They've never had a model. We have independent living apartments, transitional living apartments. We also work with hundreds of older foster youth. And we work a lot on self-sufficiency. Self-sufficient, just like you all do. We teach lots and lots of skills. We teach a lot of the consumer sciences. So we're like in that way that we're helping people be self-sufficient and learn how to function and have a great life. We also work with the homeless population. So every afternoon, kids that are on the street, teenagers, young adults, can come in and have food, take showers, wash their clothes, work with computers, work with staff to get them on a better path. So we do many, many things to help kids and families.
Yeah.
We worked with 7,500 alone last year.
Wow.
Started 150 years ago. It's our 150th birthday. Started as a little orphanage.
Congratulations.
By a German Methodist church about an hour west of here. And we're expanding now to the 13 programs and looking to expand more to help kids and families.
That's wonderful. It's very important work that you're doing. So now, how will the Student Unit Service Project benefit your organization?
Oh, this was a great project because we have so many kids come to our programs every single year. Many come with nothing, absolutely nothing but the clothes on their back. This underwear, we always have clean underwear and socks for the kids, and so that's the necessity. The flip-flops are the fun thing. So we add some, right, it is a fun thing. So we do everything we can to help these kids have dignity. These young adults have dignity. So they have had done without so much, been pushed around so much, and not had adult positive influence. So anything we can do. So the underwear is great. It will go to the homeless youth. It will go to the street outreach. It will go to the emergency shelter. It will go to all of these programs. So thank you all. I'm overwhelmed with this organization and what you've done today to help our kids. And I appreciate what you're doing in teaching consumer science out there.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, now we are switching gears a bit from talking about some of the content of family consumer sciences to membership in AAFCS. And we have two members of our membership committee here today. Come on over. Don't be shy. No. So we have Janet Powell, who is the chair of our membership committee,
Yes,
and
yes,
also
yes.
Paula Tripp, who is a member of the membership committee.
Yes.
So I would like to know more about benefits in AAFCS. Why should people become a member? Deborah can take that.
Take that. Okay, first of all, there are actually many benefits to membership. From advocacy, all of us today feel, I think, that our programming is being threatened no matter what field we're in. So AAFCS is a great help in excuse me, advocating for public policy, helping to inform members about what's afoot in the area of public policy, helping family and consumer science teachers with resources to promote their programs and to explain to their administrators and others who are in the know about why it's important to keep these programs. So that's one area. Also, we offer webinars now, which are great for continuing education. There's a lot of, a wide variety of webinars. People can apply to not only participate in the webinar, but also to give webinars in their area of expertise. So that's another great way. The opportunity to meet with many people from many different areas related to family and consumer science, as well as do research along that line, a lot of collaboration. There are awards for recognition of your success in your field. One of them is the Teacher of the Year, which I particularly am fond of because I happen to be a past Teacher of the Year, but it was a great way. It's a great way to promote your program at your school and let people know you are doing a really excellent job. So those are just a few areas in which family and consumer science individuals can benefit by membership in AAFCS.
Thank you, Janet. That was wonderful. Very great benefits that you have mentioned for us today. And then Paula, I would like for you to talk a little bit about the role of the annual conference in membership recruitment and retention. If you could just share a little bit about that.
Sure. For me, coming to the annual conference is an investment, as is my membership in AAFCS. I see it as something that I look forward to each year because I know the professional development that happens there is amazing. I have the opportunity to present a session, to share some things that I'm doing, but I learn so much also from what others are doing from around the country and around the world too. So to me, the learning, the professional development, also the leadership opportunities that we have by coming to the meeting, things that we can do here at different levels with different groups is outstanding. As the premier organization, and I think the premier conference that I go to each year, it's, like I said, it's a very worthwhile investment for me. There's huge dividends for being here. The networking is amazing. Getting to share with colleagues and catch up, see what they're doing, because I've worked in several universities around the country, so getting to see them and catch up is really, really neat. So I think those are the main benefits that I have for coming to the conference, and like I said, I look forward to it each year.
Thank you both so much, and thank you both for your leadership on the committee as well.
Thank you.
And today is also our opening day for the expo, so we are pleased to have Nate Sandell, and he's with King Arthur Flowers, so come on over.
Hi, thanks for having us.
And could you please tell our audience a little bit about your company?
Sure, so we are America's oldest flower company, and we're also a benefit corporation, which means we do people, planet, and then profit. And we are also an employee-owned company, so the employees are the shareholders, and that's how we're able to offer a program called Bake for Good Kids, the Learn, Bake, Share program, which we'll be talking about at the expo, and I'll be doing a sample class of that on Friday.
Oh, that sounds great. And now, why do you choose to exhibit with AAFCS?
Well, we feel the educators that come to these conferences, understanding the importance of baking at home, the importance of whole grains, and the importance of teaching kids to follow recipes, to follow directions, And then also at the end, also sharing those baked goods. It makes everybody feel really special if you're the one giving the bread, and especially if you're the one receiving the bread too. It's always
Who
really,
doesn't
really
like bread?
great.
Yeah. That is great. Well, thank you so much.
Well, thanks for having us.
Hope that you do very well in the expo and get lots of traffic. And thank you everyone out there for joining us for What's Your Story with Gwynn Mason. And we hope to see you tomorrow at noon.